Monmouth senior Danielle Rakowitz scored twice in overtime, including with 8 seconds left in double overtime, to lift the women's lacrosse team to an 11-10 victory over St. Joe's Wednesday afternoon. The girls are now 3-5 on the season and will play their first ever MAC game this Saturday at Siena, starting at noon. Men's lacrosse is still searching for that decisive first victory as they fell short once again at Lehigh by a 13-7 score, dropping their record to 0-8 yesterday. Junior Ryan Schwartz scored a career-high 4 goals in the loss for MU, who return to the field at Monmouth Stadium next Tuesday against Lafayette College. Men's tennis continued their early season success yesterday by crushing St. Peter's 6-1 in their first ever MAC match. The men will travel to Western New York this weekend to face Niagara University at 5 p.m. on Saturday. Finally, the baseball team is back home after playing their first 14 games on the road this season. The Blue and White swept a series against Marist in their first ever MAC games last weekend. The Hawks were led by excellent starting pitching as all 3 pitchers pitched complete game victories. After having 2 games canceled this week by inclement weather, MU will play host to Niagara University for a 3-game series starting at noon on Saturday. For X Factor Sports, I'm Joe Lacalandra. Go Hawks!
So, Joe's killing it like he does usually. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about the girls and how they're doing? It's, I believe, one... Sorry, I'm a little out of it today.
Well, I mean, all of the girls, all of the sports teams at Monmouth, they started off pretty rough, but I think now they're finally getting the swing of things and trying to do their best, I guess.
Because now that I'm thinking about it, the girls went from like 0-6 to 2-3, which is pretty impressive in my book.
Indeed.
Definitely. And you have to consider that we are a Division I school, so the competition against us is very competitive. So you have to give them some credit.
Competition's fierce.
Yes.
The competition is fierce when you go up against essentially a bunch of Ivy League schools. So
Yeah, exactly.
True.
All right. Definitely remember to tune in WMCX always for everything that's going on between basketball games, football games, and of course the baseball games, which just started up and apparently aren't going as well as we had hoped. We're not starting off terribly well, but there's always a chance for improvement. Like going from 0-6 to 2-3, there's always something to be improved upon. And I do believe this is the first year where we actually have a legitimate lacrosse team where we gave out scholarships. And I guess they're not doing great off the onset, but hey, there's always room for improvement.
Indeed. I think that's always important for a sports team to, obviously realize, okay, you might not be, where you're at now, but you'll get there eventually through hard work.
And determination.
And other cliche sports movie analogies.
Hard work.
So inspirational, Joey.
Determination.
I know. For the latest scoop around the block, this is local news.
Okay. So this week in Asbury Park, there's some news coming out that they're estimating half the seniors aren't even going to graduate this year.
What?
Yeah.
How come?
Because Governor Christie he just put $1 million into it last year, and they're saying it's because they really face a lot of problems in their district compared to a lot of the other schools. So the teachers say they're facing an uphill battle, but it doesn't matter because the governor is really getting tired of spending money and really not even seeing results. So the school board members, parents, and the students themselves have been getting together, and they're trying to find a way and a plan that the kids can succeed and have more than a 50% graduation rate, because it's important. Also, a woman out of Rumson, she just started something pretty revolutionary. She made a coffee shop / kids gym. She's a mother herself. She started out as a kindergarten teacher, and she decided to open this place so that kids can get exercise and play while their parents can socialize. It's basically a way for both of them to socialize. Since she started, they have offered the kids yoga classes and fitness classes, and they've had a steady flow of customers, so it's pretty successful for the first one of its kind. And lastly, New Jersey just took a poll, and it looks like Bruce Springsteen, the boss, is more favorable to New Jersey people than Chris Christie, our governor. 7 out of 10 people voted that they like Bruce Springsteen better than our governor.
Wow.
My real question is, who are the 3 out of 10 that voted for Christie?
I know. I wasn't really surprised.
But remember then, wasn't there a time where people wanted Chris Christie to go for president?
Yes.
He's still working on that.
Yeah.
Oh,
trying to.
jeez.
Yeah.
Well, basically, Bridgegate's the only thing that actually hurt him on
Yeah.
that one.
I mean, before then, he was probably the Republicans' best candidate for a long period of time, but we'll see what happens in 2016.
All right,
guess.
now let's go to Asbury for a second.
Yeah,
Now,
I'm still on that.
I'm
High
from
school
Neptune.
seniors.
I'm from Neptune, and we wound up intermingling, I guess you could say, with a lot of kids from Asbury. And I know it's not the best of school systems, and I know that there's a lot of problems, but 50% really puts it into perspective. So that means if you have I believe they're probably similar to our numbers. We had about 300 seniors, or about like maybe 200. So 100 of those people aren't going to graduate, and they're just going to stay there. And then there's even a higher chance of just dropping out.
Wow. You know what's crazy too about the whole concept of dropping out? You're a high school senior, you're almost there to getting your GED and going to college and starting your future, and then dropping out is just, think about all the years of school you had to go through to get that GED, and now you're just kind of letting it go.
True enough.
So.
All right, since I know that there might be some people from Asbury listening in, I'm going to open up the request lines. Hit us up at 732-571-3493 if you have an opinion on the Asbury Park school system in general. I haven't heard the greatest of things, and I know that there's been a lot of struggles, there's been a lot of adversity, especially when you consider that $1 million was just dumped into. And it just doesn't sound like a good situation. Also, Sammy,
Yes.
since you are our fitness expert, what do you think about the combination coffee shop and kids, I guess you could say, babysitting operation?
I mean, if you know me, I am obsessed with coffee, and kids are just so cute and adorable. Well, some of them. But so, I mean, for me personally, I wouldn't mind it, but you have to also think about the other kinds of people, especially with kids. It depends on the age range. They could be, babies, toddlers, yelling, screaming, and, that's not really
It
the
might
best
throw off
environment to be.
the coffee shop vibe.
Yeah, the coffee shop vibe is kind of like this, calm, relaxing, atmosphere. And then if you have children, it could kind of become this chaotic atmosphere. So I guess it just depends on the age of the kids, what kind of coffee shop, what kind of atmosphere the coffee shop
Sure
is
enough.
aiming for. So it all depends.
And they're also holding things like yoga workout sessions for the children. How do
That's
you
awesome.
think? Does that get them into the good frame of mind? Unlike
Yes.
I am and Joey is with our like cheeseburgers
Yes.
every night.
Yoga's a great way to de-stress, so I totally recommend that, especially for kids that maybe are stressed or anything. Yoga's definitely a good way to ease and control your breathing techniques and meditate and
Okay.
increases focus.
Interesting fact about myself.
Yes, Joey.
I don't like coffee.
I love coffee. I gave it up for Lent, and I'm struggling. Like,
See, Joey,
so much.
I'm with you. I only hit up coffee when I need to, which says something about the college lifestyle.
Oh my god.
And I kind of feel like, do you think that maybe if you had gone to a place that I guess you could say, a kindergarten or something where yoga was kind of mandatory, you might have picked up on that good habit?
Yeah, probably. Definitely. I think, when you're young, your mind is more, impressionable. You can mold it better into, John's making some interesting hand gestures.
I apologize, sir.
No, it's okay. But I think it's definitely important for kids to realize that, you need to take care of yourself. you're not going to be young forever, as the, cliche goes. And I think I said this a few weeks back. If you don't make time to be healthy, you have to make time for illness.
True.
Ooh,
Yes.
We're
Sure
getting
enough.
deep.
Ooh,
We're
that
getting
was
deep.
really good.
Now, Noelle, on that whole
Yes.
workout note, do you think that if you were exposed to something like this when you were younger, you might be just a little bit more healthier?
You know, it actually.
Not saying anything, Noelle. Not saying anything.
It
but-
actually makes sense though. I'm not sure. Like, are the parents working out too? Because I feel like it's kind of like one-sided. If like, yeah, let me take my kid to a coffee shop and I'm gonna sit and enjoy this, like, I don't know, cappuccino with whipped cream and whatever else you
Give
throw on
me
top.
a grande mocha,
Yeah.
whatever, with some whipped cream on top, and make sure to get those like chocolate, like
Chocolate,
shavings.
yeah.
Chocolate.
And then, so yeah, like I'm gonna have all these calories, and then I'm gonna sit down while my kid runs around. I don't know. I guess like it seems a little one-sided to me, but coffee does help you. I'm not sure if it's like burn some
jittery?
calories or something.
It
but
fastens your metabolism.
Yeah, it helps you when you're like working out and stuff. So
Okay.
there you go.
And Diana, what about you?
It definitely is one-sided. I think that's why, like, the lady started it. Like she said that basically the kids are getting out their energy, and the moms are like drinking coffee to get energy. Like they want
To keep up with the kids, I guess.
It's recovery.
Yeah, like the classroom's in the back, like, and so they don't even see the kids for an hour. So it's their way of like relaxing while still, I guess, being with their kids.
Okay. True enough. True enough. Now, this is X Factor. We're going to take a quick break.
Hey, this is Tom from MXPX, and you're listening to the X88.9 FM, Monmouth University, West Long Branch, New Jersey, your home for modern rock with an edge.
You might know me, I'm 50 Cent. You may follow my tweets, my Facebook friends. Odds are a few in 6 degrees separate us. We're that close. What's crazy is 1 in 6 don't know where their next meal is coming from. These are your co-workers, your neighbors, your friends. Hunger's too close for us to ignore. So visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank to see how you can make a difference. From one close friend to another, let's do this. I'm 50 Cent, and together we are Feeding America.
A message from Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Let's say you're a mom and you want to put on the perfect birthday party for your twin daughters. So you get a clown and he dazzles everyone. And you order a cake and have the bakery put something nice on it. Happy birthday, girls. And you hire a pony to give everyone rides. And it all goes perfectly.
Best party ever, Mom!
And you're the perfect mom. But even if it doesn't go that way and your clown doesn't dazzle, and the bakery doesn't spell out the right message,
Happy birthday, Gil?
and the pony doesn't give everyone rides, it can still be the perfect birthday party because kids don't always see things the way you see them.
Best party ever, Mom!
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of siblings in foster care who'll take you just as you are. For more information on how you can adopt, go to adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt Us Kids, and the Ad Council.
Time. Once it's gone forever. And yet time is all that is needed to make a difference.
Make a difference by joining AmeriCorps. AmeriCorps Asbury Park provides volunteers for Meals on Wheels, Youth Corps, the Food Bank of Monmouth and Ocean Counties, and the Forestry Education Center in Jackson. AmeriCorps also helps build new homes for those in need.
Full-time volunteers of AmeriCorps receive a living allowance and earn an education award of close to $5,000, which can be used to pay back outstanding college loans or to help finance an ongoing education.
AmeriCorps, a nationwide organization dedicated to helping communities solve problems. Volunteer your time today by calling 732-776-2666 or visit AmeriCorps.org.
Remember, it's your world. This is your chance to make it better.
This is X Factor on the X. I felt like that was like
In 1966 in Anchorage, Alaska, a talented child was born. He would go on to be one out of only 11 Alaskans to make it to the major leagues. The odds of him striking out more than 3,000 hitters? 1 in 33 million. The odds of this pitcher being selected to the Major League Baseball All-Star Game 6 times? 1 in 48 million. The odds of this fast-balling philanthropist winning the World Series 3 times? 1 in 3 million. The odds of this man having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 110. Hi, I'm Kurt Schilling. Learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org. Autism is getting closer to home. From 1 in 5,000 only 20 years ago, today 1 in 110 children are diagnosed. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference. Autism Speaks. It's time to listen. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council. Major League Baseball trademarks used with permission.
You're listening to The X Factor 88.9.
All right, I really like that. And it didn't sound like some cheesy something, Joey.
Oh yeah, it's cheesy 90s opening.
Yes.
Something you would see on Disney Afternoon or something like that.
Nice, Joey. All right, we're going to go quick and recap the top stories. Sammy, go for it.
All right, so Monmouth Hawks Dance Together. It's supporting kids with cancer. Check that out. That's Friday, April 4th, 6 p.m. to midnight, Anacon Hall at Monmouth University. $10 to register. If you want to make an electronic donation, visit www.thevaleryfund.org/MHDT.
Diana?
Trying to find a way so that more than 50% of Asbury Park students will graduate this year without spending any more money, so that's important.
All right. And definitely tune into the X for everything that goes on Monmouth University's sports front. The girls are recovering a little bit better. 2-3 in a tournament as opposed to their 0-6 record, which is getting better. The guys lacrosse team didn't do so well, but they're definitely going to come back. And definitely tune in for baseball that's starting up, and it's about to get into full swing. All right. I'm not the biggest sports person, so let's first go over to what's happening on campus. Sammy, what do you think is the best part about what they're doing with this dance-off? It's not even a dance-off. It's just, hey, dance.
Yeah, no, I like it because it's like this dance marathon. It's like a non-competitive event. So usually when you think of like, a marathon, or think of people trying to compete against each other, but it's a way to bring people together for a good cause. Like all these proceeds go to kids with cancer. So, it's only $10. Thinking about what you're doing with such, and you're gonna have a good time. There's gonna be 90-hour. There's gonna be music trivia, group party dances, a craft station. DJ competition, so there's gonna be so many more fun events, and it's a good way to just join together.
See, I like it because it's like a group dance instead of a dance competition. Because as soon as I think of having to go anywhere and dance, I'm that guy in the corner. So I am tears. Tears. All right, Joey?
Well, it's interesting that it's not competitive, because I would if I was somebody advertising this, I would make it competitive because people like being competitive. People
That's
like
true.
winning.
Yeah.
True.
And I get where they're trying to go from. It's like, hey, just dance and we can raise money, but at the same time it's just like saying, yeah, dance, I guess. That's just my perspective. I think it's a great event. Sounds like a great event. Hopefully I'll be able to go.
Noelle?
I really like it. I agree with Joey though. Like, it's kind of like funny how they're not as John is like backing it up over there.
This is why I sit in the corner and don't dance.
I don't know. I think it's a great idea. I love that it's like happening on campus. I think there's a whole bunch of great events coming to campus like all the time. It's awesome. Even today, there was like free lemonade. Like, who doesn't love that?
What? Free lemonade? Where?
In the student center.
Oh my gosh.
If you're on, or if you're coming towards campus, or you're just leaving and you feel a little thirsty, free lemonade in front of the student center.
And cake pops.
What? Free cake pops?
Cake pops.
Yes.
Do you know when they're having it till?
No.
5 seconds ago.
So get there quick.
Yeah, it's from
Leave
this.
now.
It's from MU. Oh, it's called the Must. MU Must. And they're like just spreading. It's like these little like random like awareness of optimism kind of thing. Like they have like a big sign that's like, when life gives you lemons, how do you sweeten the bitterness, or something like that. And like people just write like positive affirmations on the walls, and they give out stuff just to like remind you to keep smiling. It's really cute.
We need that positive affirmation.
Yeah, every once in a while.
During the like A presentations and other things that I have to do for all my classes.
Yeah, stressful college
Makes me feel
students.
a little bit better.
Oh, how was everyone's spring break, by the way?
It was all right.
Short and unproductive.
I slept.
Sore throat and
Oh.
saw Grand Budapest Hotel, and that was great.
Okay. Grand Budapest Hotel, I would like to see that as well.
Wait,
And
what is that?
It's the latest Wes Anderson film.
Oh, okay.
Basically, a flashback.
It is a movie.
Flashback within a flashback within a flashback.
Wow.
Flashbackception?
Flash.
Mind blown.
Wait, quick question. Does anyone watch Game of Thrones here?
I have roommates who do, and I apparently need to start like getting in on it.
You do, because that's what my spring break consisted of.
All right. Just that Netflix?
No, I have HBO.
Ooh, to go.
On my, so I got to
Oh,
watch it.
she got money.
She
No,
does.
no, Harry. No.
All right. I completely forgot where we were.
It's like, while the rest of us just have Netflix.
Yeah, she
I'm
had
struggling.
HBO to
Struggling.
go.
No, it's not. It's like on demand, the HBO on demand.
Ooh.
No.
Yeah, I have it too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, Diana's got to.
Yay.
All right, so
We're like the poor
they're
outcasts in
HBO
the corner.
sisters.
Because I was just about to say, like, oh, we're just stuck here watching, like, House of Cards, catching up on Breaking Bad.
No.
Okay, Diana, I was going to ask you, what do you think about this dance-off? Or no, not dance-off, just dance.
Oh, it's not a dance off, right?
It's dancing together, John.
Dance
Gosh.
together. I think it's pretty cool. Like, it'll be fun. It'll definitely be fun. Like she said, for $10, and there's other things besides dancing. You said there's crafts, right? And like music trivia. So if you get tired of dancing, it's definitely a fun thing to do. Why not go out and support cancer?
Okay.
Group
Definitely.
party dances
And-
such as Cotton Eye Joe and Cha Cha Slide. When was the last time you did those dances? Come on.
Never, because I'm a terrible
never?
dancer. I've tried to Cotton Eye Joe and it didn't go well.
Johnny B. Aw.
Anyhow, if you're looking to join a team, I know here in the communications building, the Jules Plangier Center, Hawk TV has gotten some together with one of our very own DJs, Brianna Merriman. She is the team captain. If you want to join up with what's going on here, definitely talk to her. Come here, go to Hawk TV, find out how you can join up, sign up with their team. There's a couple other teams on campus that I don't know about, but if you're looking for a group to go with, you don't feel like that good about going by yourself, come here. I also know PRSSA and The Verge are also in on it, so go to either one of those groups as well to join up and not be that guy in the corner dancing alone like I probably will be. All right, now Asbury Park. What are all the final thoughts?
Honestly, it's just mind-blowing. Like, that half of the senior class is not going to graduate, or they may not graduate. Like, if that was me, I would be, oh my God, I'd be like in a state of depression. Like, I can't imagine how these people are feeling. Like, that's like the biggest accomplishment for a teenager, to be able to like walk on that stage, receive your diploma, and make your family proud. And then you're kind of being stripped away from that. It's really sad. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is really sad, and they can't even figure out like where it's coming from. Like, some people are saying the teachers, some people are blaming the students not being motivated, other people are blaming the parents not taking care of their kids. So you don't even know, like, they're not even sure how to fix it. They tried to put money in it, but that didn't fix it. So
I think it's a combination of things, because when you think about it, high school is not the grit for a lot of, I'm not saying for everyone, but there's a lot of people who would find high school to be just a dreary existence, I would say. And students sometimes are just like, why am I here? Teachers kind of feel unmotivated sometimes because the students are unmotivated. Sometimes it's just a very vicious cycle, and I hate to be the one to say that.
Yeah.
considering I'll be bringing up some cynical news.
As usual.
Yeah, I know it also sounds cliche, but you should stay in school. I know you'll definitely get stripped away, but don't drop out, because think about all the hard work you've gone through. And even if you slacked off your senior year, I mean, still, you had to go through all those years of school, like 12 years of school. I mean, just do everything in your power to get that GED.
All right. I used the power of Google, and I found something kind of interesting.
Kind of interesting.
It's about, I guess you could say it's the annual school performance report. And Asbury Park High School's academic performance, quote unquote, significantly lags as compared to other schools across the state and its peer districts. So, like Neptune. College and career readiness also lags when compared to statewide standards, but is quote unquote about average when compared to similar school districts. Now, what I want to know is similar school districts? So essentially, I'm guessing they're talking about the wealth and poverty-ness in said area? How much do you guys think that plays into the actual graduation rate?
I think a lot. Actually, it said 31% of the population in Asbury Park live under the poverty line, and those kids are all going to that school. So I think it's kind of a direct correlation if you see that they have less supplies and they have more to worry about than like someone who just goes to a school with above the poverty line, basically.
So basically, it's more like school may not have done something for my parents and my grandparents, so why should I even?
Exactly. And like when you're hungry, I don't think you really care about your homework. That's what it said also, like kids don't have food to eat, so
True
school's not
enough.
important.
Man, that's actually kind of depressing.
Yeah.
I remember a little while ago we actually found a statistic about literacy rates.
Oh,
and
that's right.
the 30% of Americans aren't even literate.
Oh my gosh, I forgot.
It's kind of, I guess it kind of hits home when you think about the Asbury Park School District, that there are places within America that are, I guess you'd say, below the poverty line. So I guess you'd say their priorities are in different areas.
Yeah.
Okay. Joey, I could see something formulating in your mind right now.
No, it's just a really depressing state of affairs, with, schools. And the sad thing is, it isn't just one school, I know we're talking about Asbury, but there are probably a lot of other high schools.
As it said, similar districts. So that statistic of 50% may not even graduate is going on statewide. Or not statewide, but countrywide.
Yeah, that's the thing that presses me the most. It's not like one case scenario. No, this is a pretty bad epidemic.
And it seems like no one actually has the actual answer.
No,
everything's just it's just like relating onto each other. It's poor literacy rates affecting high school seniors, affecting the future of tomorrow. It's just everything's just piling up on itself.
Maybe people should be homeschooled at this point. I mean, if school districts are going to start doing that to their students, like, it's unfair.
Yeah.
Especially the money that's going towards the school that they pay in taxes.
That's a really drastic suggestion, though.
Yeah, it is.
Another suggestion is actually charter schools. It's actually kind of funny in the article. It said right across the town, there's a charter school, the same kids, but they do so much better. Like, they're from the same kind of home and everything, but whatever reason, the system they have at the charter school works a lot better.
Okay.
So.
That may be an interesting alternative.
Yeah.
Because when you think about it, when you're at charter school, you don't have to worry about outside influences. If you support charter schools, if you have anything to say about maybe the Asbury Park School District or the school district you came from, call 732-571-3493 so we could get your opinion. We're going to take... Actually, no, I feel like we're just going to roll into it. Joey's incredibly depressing. Well, not incredibly depressing.
One half of it is, but the other half could be.
You got a little bit for us today.
From around the globe, this is World News.
All right, here is my somewhat incredibly cynical world news. Just kidding, this first story isn't that terrible. Top general to run for Egyptian presidency. In a formal and anticipated speech, Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, the powerful military commander of Egypt, has officially declared his run for the Egyptian presidency. According to the Washington Post, in an hours-long meeting with the council of the country's top military officers, Sisi resigned from his position as defense minister of commander of the armed forces Wednesday. He said, after many weeks of speculation and mystery, Sisi is beloved for his overthrow of the former president Mohamed Morsi this past summer. Egypt has been in turmoil since an uprising in 2011 dealing with social and political issues. As Egypt has received disrespect, Sisi stated, "Disrespecting Egypt is an adventure with consequences." Sisi will not reveal his political party identification until election details have been finalized. Europe receives a wake-up call after Russian threat in Crimea. After many months of security, Europe may need to bolster its military might in light of recent threats. Since Russia took hold of Crimea, Europe is in its most dangerous crisis since the Cold War. President Obama urged leaders to contribute to the security of Europe and criticized leaders of NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, for not contributing more, while at a European Union conference, stating, "The situation in Ukraine reminds us that our freedom isn't free, and we've got to be willing to pay for the assets, the personnel, the training, to make sure we have a credible NATO force and an effective deterrent force." Other than the United States, only a handful of other nations agreed to put aside 2% of their gross for defense spending on NATO. Richard Donnet, now a member of Parliament and a former member of the British military, had provisions to increase Britain's dwindling military forces, but was voted down. Donnet stated, "When Russian President Vladimir Putin is running rampant, it's not a good time to look weak. Right now, we're looking weak." The problems also extend to Ukraine, which, with its new government even admitting that after being severely outgunned by Russia, they may need to rebuild their military forces. That is your world news for this week. This is Joey DeAngelis.
Okay, let's talk about the first very happy thing.
Somewhat happy thing, I would
Egypt's
guess, yeah.
Looking for a new president, and they're going to get one.
I guess they are. And, I remember first when the Egyptian, revolts started to happen a few years back. And now they're finally going to get, a new leader, it looks like. And it seems like this guy is popular. It's not just that, this guy is unpopular. He's beloved by a lot of people in Egypt.
All right. I'm just going to throw out this really quick question. What's the difference between what happened in Egypt versus Crimea?
That I don't know.
Because the Egyptian revolution, everything was really crazy for a while, and now it seems to have stabilized, and now new president. However, Crimea is now a part of Russia, and things are not looking good.
No, but I guess, this situation could develop further. I mean, this guy was a general, so you don't know what his actions are going to be. And also, like I stated in the last part of the article, in my last part of my, when I was discussing this, he hasn't declared his political party yet. He won't declare that until they have finalized more election details. And I also like, this is the quote I was mentioning, "Disrespecting Egypt is an adventure with consequences." Just the wording on that is interesting.
Adventure with consequences. So something will happen.
Something will happen, or could happen.
All right. Now it's on to the situation with Russia.
Oh, the situation with Russia.
What do you guys think is going on? Sammy?
I mean, I just can't get over that Egyptian comment, though. That has me shaking in my boots right now. But I don't know. I really don't even know.
It's too early to even think about it?
I don't know. It's just very depressing news.
Well, to me, it seems like everyone is about to go on high alert.
Yes.
Just in case.
Yeah, if they're like redoing their military, then we definitely need to be on high alert, just like you said.
Yeah, because Russia really just blasted through Crimea's forces, like basically balsa wood.
Oh my
I
gosh.
couldn't think of anything else, but Balsa Wood's pretty weak stuff, and it seems
Shattered.
like that's what the Ukrainian army is like, and now they're going to have to reconsider rebuild their army.
So do you think there's any merit to what our President Obama said about how everyone needs to step their game up?
I think everyone should, but I think part of this problem is that Europe also has like an economic crisis that they're still trying to recover from, and they're trying to cut costs down. And then now you have this guy, President of the United States, telling you got to increase your military spending for the sake of NATO. And that's partly why people are reluctant to do that, because they don't know what the situation's gonna uphold.
Okay, true enough. Diana, what do you think?
Yeah, about the Russia, I mean, I don't really know that much about it, but I agree with the high alert. It is scary, I guess, just the whole thing. It's been going on for a couple weeks and stuff. More than that.
Man, Noelle?
I'm
It's just the sad.
I mean, yes, it is sad, but I don't know, it just puts into perspective how real it's actually becoming when they're talking about redoing such a huge part of their government being their military. Like, I know, and if that ever happened here, it would be huge. It would be like, because there's so many people serving in the armed forces, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing over there. It's going to be a very long process if they do have to reconstruct everything.
True enough. To me, I don't know. I kind of feel like it was interesting for Russia to make this power play. And the fact of the matter is, what is everyone going to do besides just stack up tanks on their side?
Yeah.
It's pretty much like they just walked in, took something, and no one can accuse them, because then that might start something no one wants.
Might start World War III. I don't want to make any I don't like making broad statements like that, but I feel the threat is there.
The threat is real.
What I'm trying to say here.
Yes, I agree. This also brings out, I'm sure there's a bunch of conspiracy theories about this, like with the plane disappearing. I'm sure they're already thinking of some new ways to say everything's planned by the government, and they're out to get us. Like,
Get caught up in pop culture. This is entertainment news.
changing up things a bit, we're not on clinically depressing news. This
That's why I gave you that happy bed.
Yeah. This week in pop culture, stars getting starstruck. Apparently, Emma Stone is a huge Spice Girls fanatic. In Australia, while promoting Spider-Man 2, she did an interview in which the cast surprised her with the chance to talk to Mel B, formerly known as Scary Spice. Emma Stone actually cried when she spoke to her and did her own rendition of her favorite Spice Girls song. A big congratulations to Amanda Bynes for finally getting her life together. She recently finished her first quarter at FIDM, FIDM, the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising. After her social media train wrecks with drugs and alcohol, she seems to be doing much better. Turns out that Facebook can actually change lives. Back in September 15th of 1986, a newborn was found wrapped up in a red sweater in a Burger King in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Catherine Deprel posted a photo of herself on Facebook saying, "Looking for my birth mother. She abandoned me only hours old. Please help me find her by sharing my post. Maybe she will see this. Thank you." 30,000 shares later, Deprel got what she wanted. She thanked her birth mom for giving her the gift of life on their first meeting. She finally got the answers to why she was left there in the first place. It turns out that her mother was actually raped at the age of 16. She hid the pregnancy from her family and gave birth at the age of 17. She left the baby in Burger King because she knew that it was busy and crowded, and she knew that someone would eventually find the infant. Deprel also says she's happy, even that she had the chance of having a relationship with her real mom. Listen, Linda, the Cupcake Kid finally got what he wanted on The Ellen Show. 3-year-old Mateo Beltran was recorded by his mom saying that he wants cupcakes for dinner. His mom patiently waited for him to express himself as he repeatedly told her, "Listen, Linda, Linda, honey." It was absolutely hilarious. Ellen quickly became a fan, and she brought him on to her show His mom was there too, and she showered him with a tower of superhero cupcakes, and he definitely went home happy. And I'm Nolly Diolio for your pop culture news.
Okay. I apologize for starting this off like this. I just have to do this. At
Listen,
least
Linda?
once a day. No, not listen, Linda.
What are you gonna do?
Oh my god. Throwback over here.
Throwback Thursday.
Seriously.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
That was her favorite group growing up, and then she got to meet Scary Spice, and she cried.
Yes.
Wow. So the fanboyism is real even for
Celebrities.
That's incredible. All right. Actually, here's a good question. Joey, what celebrity from your childhood would you like to meet and you might actually cry?
Man, there's too many of those. I think if I met Hugh Jackman,
Wolverine?
I would break down into tears.
You have similarities to him.
I do. My nickname at work is the X-Man.
Oh, so fitting.
But like when I was 9 years old, got to see X2. That thing blew my mind. It's crazy. And
They're coming out with a new movie too.
Yep, I can't wait. That's his 7th time as Wolverine in a world where we had 3 Hulks, 2 Spider-Men. We're gonna get a second Batman in that time period, another Superman. It's
And
crazy.
Hugh Jackman's still going strong.
He might do more of them.
All right, Noelle.
Yes.
Who?
Oh, that I would cry. Oh, geez, I don't know. Back in the 90s, I was a big boy band fanatic, so I'm just gonna say Justin Timberlake. Yeah.
That was so easy to say.
I know, it's cliche, but I can't help it.
All right. Sammy looks so happy for this question.
Oh yeah, because I know I've actually had this conversation before. A lot of
Sammy.
mine's actually not cliche at all. I don't know if any of you know him. He was the lead singer of Escape the Fate, but now he's the lead singer in Falling in Verse. Ronnie Radke. That is.
Yes.
I would cry for him.
I don't know if I'd cry.
I
I'd
would.
like bow down. And be
No, I
like,
wouldn't
you're
bow.
amazing.
No, I listened to him all throughout high school. His voice is just beautiful. I think he's beautiful. Those
Oh my
tattoos,
gosh.
I don't know. It's
This is.
he's just a beautiful soul.
Oh my god. I feel like I'm reading your diary right now. Like,
Just
he's
a
a
little
beautiful
bit.
soul.
Okay, Diana.
I think I would say Joseph Gordon-Levitt from 10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh, that's a
Okay.
good one.
That's one of my favorite
That
movies.
was a good movie.
And like he got better with age even more, so I think he'd be even better.
He was awesome in 500 Days of Summer.
Yes.
I love that movie so much.
Johnny B.
Okay,
Yeah,
why are all of
now
you
it's
looking
all
at me
now
like
it's you.
Don't look at me. Morgan Freeman.
Wow.
Get out.
He's a
Believe it or
good
not.
actor. Yes.
Like, I love Morgan Freeman. It would just be cool to meet him and talk to him. It's in between that and Samuel Jackson.
I could see that, oddly enough. Like you, like a miniature you, just looking up to Morgan Freeman.
Hmm. When I was little, I had like a Morgan Freeman poster, and I looked up to it. No, I didn't, actually. Okay.
Morgan Freeman.
All right. Thank you, Joey. We have 2 more things to go through. This is the most laid-back news that we've ever had.
Can I say something really quick?
Go for it.
Okay. The woman with the the post about the
Oh,
girl
the Burger
trying-
King baby.
Thank
The
you for
Burger
getting us
King
back on
baby.
track.
I don't know if it was the right decision to leave your child in Burger King.
No, it wasn't.
I just think like the reason that she gave because there was crowded place. What if some psychopath took your child? You know what I mean? I just think it's a risk. And I think if she told her parents and gave the baby up for adoption, that would have been a much safer way to go about it. That's just my personal opinion, but I'm glad everything worked out for the
yeah.
mother and daughter. So
Well, this was the 80s.
yeah,
I
true.
don't know.
Different time period.
Yeah.
The 80s.
It was. I mean, not that it was like super long ago, but I'm just saying it's a different era, I guess.
Yeah, things were different back then.
I
The
mean,
time
like,
where hair metal bands roam the earth.
I don't know. It's really interesting and kind of cool because something such as social media helped you like find your family. That's crazy.
I know.
But it is great. The Burger King baby, who's now 27 years old, she's actually a mother herself, and she's doing
well.
very well for
That's
herself.
good.
She's an EMT, and she's
that's good.
living life.
It's pretty awesome. And also we have
Matthew has his toys, and then Matthew has all his toys.
Okay, but I have to yell at you guys.
Okay, then what?
Then you're not listening to me.
Then you're not listening to me.
I asked you not to do something.
Linda, but listen to
No,
me.
you're not listening. I said no cupcakes. And you try to get cupcakes and you try to ask grandma. Didn't you?
Linda, lick it, lick it, lick it. If you do something right out this, if you get close-ups, you can't even get them. You're gonna burn your butt.
okay, that is adorable.
I love him. The
So
cupcake kid.
My boy has gotten 7 million hits on YouTube. with
Wow.
that. That's insane. And I'm sure Ellen, it made his day.
Yeah.
With all those superhero cupcakes.
It probably made Ellen's day just to meet him. He's so cute.
Yeah, Ellen loves kids. Remember she had that kid who sang the Bruno Mars song?
Oh,
And
yeah.
the two girls
And
and the
little
ballerina.
girls,
Yeah.
She's
All
always
right.
having kids on there.
She's always having like YouTube sensations or
True.
whatever.
It's easy people to get, and then you always get that audience.
Definitely.
It's brilliant. Let's just hit our top news stories of the day, and then we'll be out.
All right. Third time I'm mentioning this, guys, so third time's a
It's sad
charm.
to let a child wait for someone to be their mentor.
Recently, the need for big brothers and big sisters has increased dramatically. We are looking for quality individuals willing to share their friendship and knowledge with a child and develop a long-term relationship.
There you go.
That was a news story.
That was my
That
bad.
was Mama Talks Dance Together. Come out supporting kids with cancer. Only $10. April 4th, 6 p.m. to midnight, Anacon Hall at Monmouth University.
Okay, we're sad to see the rate of only 50% graduation at Asbury Park. So hopefully there's going to be a way to fix that. Governor Christie, I guess, is going to keep working on it. He hasn't lost faith yet, hopefully.
Baseball season's coming up. Definitely tune in to WMCX for all the coverage on what's going on with the Monmouth Hawk baseball team.
Europe receives wake-up call after President Obama criticizes them for their actions in Crimea.
Fries with a baby on the side. The Burger King baby reunites with her mom.
That was perfect, Noelle.
You always have great, like,
One-liners.
lines. Yeah, what did you say? You said something else. I
Oh, when we were
forgot.
talking about The Bachelor, I was like stud or dud.
Yes! Oh my god, that was great. That was really great. I was
Beautiful.
impressed.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. This has been X Factor. Tune in next Thursday where we're going to bring you great news with probably just as much hilarity. This has been X Factor.
If you wanna be my